Okay, so here we are. We're going to start this vehicle that does not have an alternator in it. Now, it might not run for very long, but it will start just fine with no alternator. I'll show you. There's no alternator. It's sitting right there on the bench. Okay, guy on Reddit who thinks that the reason the vehicle won't start is because the alternator's bad. Sometimes you cannot reason people out of an ill opinion that they were not reasoned into to begin with. Okay, you guys can enjoy my buttercream roses while I explain why an alternator does not have anything to do with starting your car. So the starting process is 100% battery powered. The battery kicks the starter motor, which turns your flywheel, and once your flywheel is turning fast enough and your spark plugs are firing your cylinders, eventually your cylinders will start firing on their own, and the momentum from the crankshaft turning in those pistons pushing the crankshaft will get your engine starting on its own. The starter then stops turning the flywheel and your engine just goes. Your starter turns your flywheel, well, turns your crankshaft and 400 rotations per minute. And your alternator, even the most high output, low RPM alternators, probably will not charge a battery until at bare minimum 800 RPMs. Some of them are 1200, some of them are 2000 RPMs before you will get a good charge on your battery. The engine is running, the alternator will then spin and then will charge your battery. If you have a bad alternator but a good battery, you will have no problem starting your car. If you have a dead battery because of a bad alternator, you might not be able to start your car. But the alternator doesn't have anything to do with starting the car, aside from creating a good battery. And even if theoretically it could charge your battery at 400 RPMs, which it cannot, your starter motor would be pulling so much energy, power from your battery that the alternator wouldn't even be able to keep up. So it's still going to be a drain on the battery system that the alternator cannot help or contribute to during starting. So if your car won't start and somebody tries to tell you it's because you have a bad alternator, don't listen to them and don't change your alternator unless you know the alternator's bad. But you won't know that simply because the vehicle doesn't start.